Hey guys, welcome to Happily Living with Depression. This is a channel that is basically going to follow along with the blog posts made on happilylivingwithdepression.com. I will leave the link in the description box below so that way you guys can follow along and read with what I'm talking about. But I know at this day and age, I hate to read things. Like, unless it's short and about something that I am extremely passionate about, I don't want to read it. So that's kind of why I wanted to make these videos, and also more people tend to watch videos than to read things. So I just made my first blog post yesterday, but I don't know when this video is going up. So I made it on August 14th, and I just kind of wanted to talk about it a little bit. In the blog post, it was called Why Am I Here? And I kind of just talked about how I got diagnosed a little bit and how there was a decline with myself, and that I realized that it was that I have a purpose in life, and then I kind of talk about what I want to do with the blog and starting this channel. So basically it's just I wanted to show people that even if you hit rock bottom, it's not the end, because I hit my rock bottom and I'm still here, and I want to be here for you guys that are going through things like this, because I know how hard it is, and it is when you feel like that, you feel like you are the only person that knows who you're going through, and you're the only one that you can't talk to anybody else. You're the only one that's going through this. You're the only one that's feeling these things, and it's not true, and it's not until after the fact that you realize that. So I wanted to talk a little bit about me in this video too, just to kind of introduce myself. Like I said, my name is Allie. I'm 19 years old. I'm going into my sophomore year of college. Super excited, kind of, not really. We'll see what happens. So kind of what started my depression, I guess, is my dad. I have another blog post and a video planned to completely talk about what happened with my dad, but basically my parents got divorced when I was really young, and my dad is an alcoholic, so that kind of just gives you a little piece of that. What really triggered me with my depression, I just want to make sure it said it in my blog post. I said that I got diagnosed in January of this year, and I think it was a lot of because of college and a lot of the things that happened between my roommates and and I would like to do a video about that, but basically none of them really grasped the fact of my depression, and that was, I am going to blame myself for that. A lot of people will say, no, it's not your fault, but it is, because they did things and said things that I didn't like that made me slip deeper into my depression, and I didn't tell them that. And if I would have told them that, then they would have stopped. I would have hoped they would stop, because we were all good friends, and we're still good friends now, but it's just the end of last year in May, so this year I guess, but the end of last school year was very rocky, and there was a lot of drama and just things like that, and I just kind of want to open that up and talk about it, not for any of the girls to see it and to start more drama, but just because I know, especially in the first year of college, I had somebody tell me, if you don't have a bad roommate, you didn't go to college. And it wasn't that they were bad roommates, it was just that you can meet your best friend in the whole entire world and go to college with them and live with them and clash so hard that you guys never want to be friends again. And I think that's a hard thing too to figure out. You got to find out who you vibe with, and sometimes it's just good to live with a stranger. So I will end up talking about that, but basically I thought they didn't care about me at all, anything. This was getting to the lowest point of the year, which was probably in about March. Things were just being said and things were being done, and again, I didn't speak my mind because, you know, my depression was telling me, don't tell them, they're gonna think you're a party pooper or whatever, they're not gonna like you even more and things like that. So I didn't tell them, and that was the exact opposite of what I should have done. So, but there are a lot of other things, you know, I was thinking about the cost of college, I was thinking about the relationship I had with my mom and her boyfriend, and just things like that. And, you know, I was thinking to myself, you know, I'd be better off dead, you know, nobody would have to worry about me, nobody would have to deal with me, things like that. And I thought of several things I could do, you know, like one of them was I lived in a room that could house 6 people. There were 5 girls in it. It's hard living with that many girls in general, because especially with an odd number. But my roommate that I lived with, there were 2 doubles, which is where 2 people can live together, like in a room, and then 2 singles, which is just 1 person. I lived in a double, and my roommate, and she went to go to practice at like 3 or 4, I don't remember what time. I'm probably 3, because she came back around 5, and that's when we all went to dinner. And I was like, well, you know, I could just take a bunch of pills, go to sleep when she leaves for practice, and if I slept through dinner, it's not like they woke me up. It would like depend, but towards the end they normally just didn't, just because things were that tension-isness, I don't know how to say that, but there was just a lot of tension, and then they wouldn't notice anything was wrong with me until the next morning when I didn't wake up to go to class. So that was just, I kind of had been thinking about that before too, and that's when I decided to seek help, because I knew that there was something wrong. But to kind of end this video on a lighter note, in case you guys decide just not to read my blog post or anything, I'm just gonna kind of read a little snippet of it, and then that way you know what this channel is gonna kind of come to, and I'm gonna add a little bit more to what I said in the blog post too. So, it says, with my sophomore year coming up later this month, I felt the need to start this blog for other girls just starting college who might have the same issues I did. The end purpose being no one should ever feel alone as I did or hit their bottom as hard as I did. In these next few weeks, I intend uploading videos on YouTube and linking them here to explain my struggles I went through last year, the ones all college girls face, and the ones I will face this year. So, a couple of videos I have in mind coming up are like college partying. Not all colleges have it, but my college does. It's a campus ministries. It's called Chi Alpha. Just kind of info about that. And like I said, the video about my dad, I'm thinking I'm going to call it Confessions from the Daughter of an Alcoholic or something like that. And then the video about the decline of the relationship with me and my roommates and how it's starting to come back up. So I have a lot of plans for this channel, and I'm really excited to see where it goes, and I hope you guys decide to join me on my journey with happily living with depression. Also, side note, I am going to try and upload to vlogs on Thursdays and then videos on Fridays. So just stay tuned for that, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!